Every hour, every minute, every second, there's something new happening with your favorite pastime. Get all caught up here on Pastimes on the Mic. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Send us any questions you want. The fantasy football playoffs are here. So please, if you got a decisive decision to make, ask us. We'll give you our best quality advice we can give you. It's crunch time, baby. This is Pastimes on the Mic. Dennis, how we doing, my friend?
Terrible. My fantasy football team is eliminated. We didn't make the cut. Missed by one game. And I just want to tell you some of the decisions that went into missing the playoffs.
Let's hear
First of all, Garrett Wilson for Calvin Ridley straight up. That burned me bad.
Wow.
That burned me really bad.
When was that deal made?
2 weeks ago.
Oof. Big woof.
Big whiff. It didn't matter. This week, I'm actually okay that I got blown out this week because I didn't want to lose close.
Yeah.
I lost 87.44 to 164.12. So I almost got doubled. And let's talk about this matchup real quick. He had Brock Purdy. I had Prescott. Aaron Jones didn't get a single point for me. Saquon got 23.1 for him. He had Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuel, Michael Pittman, Cole Kmet went off again. Javonte Williams scored the first touchdown since 2021.
Wow.
And yeah, my highest scoring players, Alvin Kamara and Justin Tucker. Who did I bench? Let's see. Hunter Henry, who put up 19 points on Who did I start? Michael Mayer of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, man.
Do you even know who that is?
I've heard his name before. I've never owned him in fantasy. Yeah, I've seen his name on the waiver wire before. If that doesn't say it in itself right there.
You know what? I'll do it. I'll drop him right on air for the because he cost me. This is something.
Did he drop any points or no?
2.6. Thanks for playing.
What league is this? Is this Old Westbury?
No. Oh my God! Did you see my Old Westbury team?
Dude, my Old Westbury team was horrible this year, dude. Horrible.
This is my Old Westbury team. So this is our college league.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts, Alvin Kamara, Kyron Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Moore, Adam Thielen, Cole Kmet, AJ Brown, David Montgomery, the Browns defense, Justin Tucker, Dallas Goedert. This is my bench. Dallas Goedert, Curtis Samuel, Logan Thomas, Jared Goff, a second kicker, 49ers defense, Aaron Jones, and Kendrick Bourne. So we'll drop the second kicker. Actually, this kicker's pretty good. He's 4th ranked. I'll hold on to him so somebody else doesn't.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, you're 9-5. You clinched the playoff spot. I was going to say, that's a great team. That sounds like a really good team.
Yeah. And then my other team is just everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
I did kind of win the Tyreek Hill trade. I think I told you about that. So that's big. But some of these freaking games I lost to Brandon, 139.78 to 140.04. Do you know what the play was week 1?
What was it?
He had Jets defense that overtime game against the Bills on 9/11.
Oh, my God. Wow.
And then I lost another really, really, really close game to somebody.
So how many leagues are in? 2? That's it?
Yeah, just 2 this year. I'm usually in a lot more. I lost to 4 by 4.
Yeah. I'm trying to cut down a lot. I'm in like 7 leagues I really care about, but I got to cut down to like 4, 3.
Continue.
Yeah, Old Westbury, though. This was my worst team out of all my teams. This was my worst team by far. A lot of injuries played into it. Aaron Rodgers being one of them. Both my quarterbacks got hurt. It was both the ARs, Anthony Richardson and Aaron Rodgers. So that threw me out of the loop already. I did pick up Brock Purdy off of waivers. That kind of did help me out a little bit.
Nobody drafted Brock Purdy. Our league, we're in the same league.
Yeah.
The drafting in that league was horrific.
Yeah,
I took full advantage. I was like, nobody's taking running backs? Nobody? Yeah. All right, I'll take all of them.
I remember Jonathan Taylor went, granted he was missing the first 4 games, but Jonathan Taylor went like, I forget, like the 8th round or something like that. Something crazy. Like, because I went running back heavy. I went Saquon, James Cook. Who was the other running back that I went with?
Always go running back heavy.
Najee Harris, he's kind of a bust this year for me. He kind of screwed me a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wide receivers weren't really it. He's having a good year, but it's Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper. It's just kind of like they're good, but they weren't really booming this year like crazy. Odell Beckham. I lost Nico Collins. He was kind of a diamond in the rough, but now he's hurt. Yeah, it's not a good year. Not a good year for me in Old Westbury. But I did make the playoffs, though, in most of my leagues. My 2 dynasty leagues are insane. They're freaking stacked. My QB's Lamar. My running backs are DeAndre Swift and McCaffrey and Kamara. Jamar Chase, my wide receiver, is just stacked. It's stupid. But, yeah, no, I can't believe fantasy football's already here, the playoffs. Yeah, man.
I'm so mad. I missed the playoffs by 1 game. And not only did I lose to Brandon week 1, my gut was saying to bench Joe Burrow for Daniel Jones. Even with how bad the Giants were week 1 against the Cowboys, I would have won with Daniel Jones. And I kept saying, Burrow's not healthy. I got to start Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Joe Burrow in the beginning of the year was brutal. Absolutely brutal to own fantasy.
Yeah. It's the black hole.
Black hole. Yeah. Yeah, most of my teams did pretty good for the most part. Old Westbury, I don't know what happened there. I'll show you my family league. My family league is getting rocked at the worst time. I lost.
Really?
So I'm the 2nd seed, I think. I was a 2nd or 3rd seed. Let's pull it up. I'm the 3rd seed. I clinched the playoffs, but it came at a cost. So last week I lost Herbert. 2 weeks ago I lost Tank Dell. Josh Jacobs got hurt. And Nico Collins. All those guys got hurt for me within 2 weeks. Herbert out for the year. Tank Dell out for the year. I'm rolling with your guy. This is the guy I'm rolling with for the fantasy playoffs. Tommy DeVito is my new starting quarterback.
Oh my God.
I had to get him off waivers. He was the best option. So
he was the best option. Who else is left? It's been a bad quarterback year.
It has been. So I claimed Will Levis and Tommy DeVito off waivers. I said, I had 2 open spots. Let me get 2 QBs.
Will Levis looked good. They both looked good this week.
Yeah. So according to ESPN's projections, I'll go top 5 because the guys outside the top 5 are just freaking terrible. The top 5 quarterbacks based on projections on ESPN. So there's 12 people in this league. You start 1 quarterback. So number 1 is Nick Mullins for the Minnesota Vikings, 15.3 projection. He hasn't been looking that bad from what I've heard.
That's high for a team that just won 3-0 against the Raiders.
Yeah, exactly.
That's high. How much did the Raiders defense get?
So this is the first time I've ever heard this guy's name. Easton Stick, the backup quarterback for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost Herbert. Kind of makes sense to maybe look at him, but I think I'll take my chances with the Vito.
He was better than Herbert this weekend.
Yeah. Trubisky is number 3. Yeah, I'm not crazy about him. So I didn't realize he was available, but he's still questionable. So I don't know if he's playing or what. Derek Carr is available. Think about maybe scooping him up, possibly more
just for the name on the back of the jersey. Like you gotta bet on the trading card there. Like he's got to turn it around. But
Desmond Ridder, number 5. So that's the top 5 right there. And if you really want to hear outside the top 5, the first name that comes up is Bailey Zapp. So I'm good on that. So if you couldn't tell, these options are pretty bad. Bryce Young's available. He's been that good though. Yeah,
the Raiders lost, and their defense put up 11 points on the Vikings. So I would not be playing Nick Mullins.
No, yeah, hard pass.
I know, shocking. What a take by Dennis, but yeah, same here. Matt Stafford is available in the Westbury League if you need a quarterback. Oh,
yeah, I'm eliminated. I finished 4-10. Rough year for your boy in Old Westbury, but
Geno Smith.
The rest of my teams, I'll take it. I had a pretty good year in fantasy.
Flexes are available. Foreman, Spears.
But all those guys I named, then it was Tommy DeVito and Will Levis. I was like, Will Levis has some weapons. You know, he's got Hopkins, Derrick Henry. You know, they're showing that he's their quarterback of the future. Said, screw it, I'll take him. And Tommy DeVito, I mean, I think just for the name alone and the impact this guy has on the Giants fan community and the NFL, the whole Italian memes going on right now, I feel like the script is in it for him, man. He's going to ball out. So I'm rolling with DeVito, man.
Yeah. Guido Linsanity is what people are calling it here. Guido Linsanity. I love it.
Yeah, man.
I love it. All right. I would love to talk fantasy all day, but let's talk reality.
Let's talk reality, my friend.
Let's talk pastimes on the mic. Hey, there we go.
Yes, sir.
So, why don't you get the ball rolling on this first topic here?
Yeah, so big news in the NFL, and I think this even, goes past the NFL. This is sports history right here we're talking about. Bill Belichick and the Patriots. I know there was reports back when where did they play? They played in Germany, right? Against the Colts. That's where it was. So there was rumors going on saying Robert Kraft was going to fire Bill Belichick after that game if, the Patriots lost. Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy now that the reports are kind of coming out now that it's true, after the Commanders lost now too, that Bill Belichick's most likely done with the New England Patriots after this year. I was born in 1998, so I think my whole life I've just been so used to Bill Belichick as the coach, as the mastermind, the guy, the guy on the throne in New England. It's gonna be freaking weird him not being there next year. And then when you come to the question is if it's the right call or not, I do think it is time for New England to maybe have a change of image a little bit. I still think Belichick's a great coach, though. Maybe just not the right coach right now for New England. And I wish Guy was here. I know he might be having some technical difficulties, but I've been saying it. I think Washington would be a good landing spot for Bill Belichick. I think it would be a fun team for him to join. Maybe have one last hurrah. I know he's a little bit older now. He's in his 60s, late, mid-60s, wherever he's at now. So it's up to him if he wants to keep going at this or not. Maybe go out on more of a high note. But yeah, it looks like Bill Belichick and the Patriots are definitely going their separate ways after the season.
Yeah, well, they're 3-10. They're the last place team in the AFC. They're fighting for, I guess, a top 3-4 pick in the draft. But I mean, like, in defense of Bill Belichick, their defense has been very good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's still got that defensive mindset going for him.
They shut out the Chargers when Herbert was playing. They kept the Giants to 10 points. They kept the Colts to 10 points. The Commanders beat them. Dolphins beat them. But they're just such an inconsistent team. Like, they beat the Bills 29-25. That's a good team. But then they also got shut out by the Saints that aren't good, 34-0. So it's one thing after another. Like, they're just, I don't know. I think what it comes down to, I think on the sideline, Bill Belichick is still a great coach. The problem is his supporting staff is just really bad.
Yeah.
They ruined Mac Jones. People forget now, his first season, he looked kind of like how Brock Purdy looked last year.
Exactly.
Like, he instantly was just the guy. And I remember, people forget this, they were a final 8 team in the NFL that season. I think they won a playoff game.
Yeah, they made it to the playoffs Mac Jones' first year. He looked like a good, I hate to throw his term around, but like for a guy like Mac Jones and that Patriots team, he was like a perfect system quarterback for that team. Like, he just kind of, you threw him in there, the team was just good enough, the coaching was just good enough where you could put a guy like Mac Jones in there and they still find a way to win games. So
I'm sorry. They didn't win a playoff game. They lost in the first round to the Bills 47-17.
Yeah, but the Bills were peaking. The Bills were peaking at that time. The fact that the Patriots even made the playoffs that year is kind of crazy in itself.
First year without Brady, or second year without Brady, and that was the conversation. Was people were saying, "What if Mac Jones and Tom Brady played in the Super Bowl?" Oh my God, that was all anybody was talking about that first week going into the playoffs. There was nothing else on Fox Sports or ESPN. It was just that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, and people kind of forget that. Like, Mac Jones has shown that he can be good. I think that dude's shell-shocked now. I think he just lost confidence and really willingness to put in an effort. But at the same time, too, like, we've all kind of been there, even at work or whatever in life. Just like, you get jaded. Somebody rubs you the wrong way and you just, I'm over it. I'm putting in an effort for this guy.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about Tommy DeVito. I remember I've been rewatching The Sopranos, And Christopher, I don't know if have you ever seen it?
Oh, so that's probably my favorite TV show of all
Really?
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christopher is sitting down on his couch and he's just venting to Adriana. And he says,
Yeah.
"That's the guy I'm going to hell for." And
Yeah.
that's how he treats me. He's
My
just
Uncle
venting to her.
Tony. Yeah.
That's the guy I'm going to hell for. And that's kind of how Mac Jones is like, while I don't think he's going to, win an MVP award, I do think that there is some talent there. There was talent there.
Yeah.
But you bring in guys that have no idea how to coach an offense. This is last year. And it's just, he outthought himself. Bill Belichick outthought himself.
Yeah.
Last year, he outthought himself this year. And sure, they've been hurt. Kendrick Bourne got hurt. And then Demario Douglas was really going off for them. He had gotten injured as well. So I get it. But then look at some of the personnel decisions. They lost Jacoby Myers for the same amount of money they got Juju Smith for, who had a better season. Not even close. So it's Ramondre Stevenson kind of took a step back. Like their whole offense just regressed.
Yeah.
And something's got to be done about it. One team that I've seen people talk about, you said the Commanders. I'm hearing some people say he should go to the Chargers with Justin Herbert.
That would be interesting.
But my thing is, would he get rid of Kellen Moore? And if Brandon Staley's a bad head coach, whatever, like, is Bill Belichick going to bring in these morons, his merry band of morons?
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. If he wants to call all the shots, I'd say no good.
Yeah.
No mas. But if he's willing to just accept, like, all right, I coach, you give me a roster, I'll coach whoever, and not try to, be the smartest guy in the room all the time, then I think he does have something left. But if he's not willing to set that ego aside, there's no way he can be a coach.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because I think, that whole, obviously, the dynasty era of the Patriots, that's long gone. That whole mindset that Bill Belichick has had, he has taken a few steps back since Brady has left. So I agree. I think if he does go to like the Commanders or the Chargers, he's definitely going to have to take that, not necessarily a backseat role, but, he can't be the whole engine of the car anymore. He needs to, I guess, use what has worked previously for these teams. So, clearly Sam Howell for the Commanders, Keenan Allen, and whoever else on the Chargers. And they got some good defensive pieces as well, and Khalil Mack. So, I mean, maybe he can take more focus on the defensive side of things and improve that Chargers defense. We'll see what happens, though. But, yeah, I still think he is a good enough of a mind to be a coach in the NFL. But it's like you said, he can't be calling every single shot like it's 2005 anymore. It's not that game anymore. It's not that league anymore. It's a little more up there in age. I don't know how much that affects on a head coach. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to say. And I like both those landing spots. I feel like a coach like that could really maybe improve the young careers of Justin Herbert and Sam Howell. So it could be interesting to say.
Yeah, I'm very curious about it because I think there are going to be some coaches that get axed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's at this point, man. I don't know if Brandon Staley is like immortal or something like that, but that guy, oh my God, how his tenure hasn't been. Oh, geez.
Yeah,
man.
I know. It's brutal.
I guess at this point, why
right.
even bother?
Exactly.
Their season's over, but
yeah, it's been brutal. And it's kind of crazy too with the Chargers because they sniffed the playoff appearance, like so many close calls. I think it was 2 years ago against the Raiders. They lost that game and cost them the playoff spot. It's just been brutal for Chargers. I feel like they definitely need a little bit of a makeover as well. So maybe it's Belichick, maybe it's not. Who knows? But I kind of want to go back to your previous point, though, with Mac Jones and confidence. And here's another report that I've kind of saw of Zach Wilson. There's reports now that he's going to get traded. I think we said on the show, benching Zach Wilson was such a mistake. Talk about a confidence killer. Granted, Zach Wilson did ball out this past week. He balled out. He was great against the Texans. But, yeah, man, I think Mac Jones and both Zach Wilson both kind of got shafted in their respective right. Just the classic, roller coaster ride of, am I the starter or not? Am I getting benched or not? It really does kill your development. and you're trusting the team. And I think Zach Wilson was the one who kind of requested a trade a little bit too, and the Jets mutually agreed. And I don't blame him one bit. As a Jet fan and with an agent Aaron Rodgers, I don't know why we would trade Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Dude, God forbid Aaron Rodgers suffers, maybe not as much of a major injury, so he misses a week or two. Who the fuck you gotta play a quarterback, man? I think Zach Wilson's serviceable enough. He knows the playbook the best. It sucks that if he's the one. It sucks if he's the one who requested the trade, because then there's really not much you can do about it at that point. And I don't blame him. It just sucks. It's an old shitty situation. The Jets really fumbled the ball on this whole Zach Wilson thing. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. Like I like Zach Wilson.
He has grown on me a lot this year.
The thing with Zach Wilson is you just kind of got to watch him play. Like, he's really not as bad as people talk about.
Yeah.
He's really not.
Like
I know I've done this 100 times on this show already. You go back to when they were 3-3, or then 4-3 rather. They beat Buffalo week 1. They lose 3 straight: Dallas, New England, Kansas City. Then they beat Denver. They beat Philly. They beat the Giants. Right when they're 4-3, before that massive losing streak.
Yeah. And honestly,
if you told me they were 4-3 with Rodgers instead of Wilson, if I told you that as a Jet fan going into the season, what would you think?
If the Jets were 4-3 with that schedule with Aaron Rodgers,
right to the Giants game.
Yeah, I would probably just be like, it was a tough schedule. It was a tough ass schedule to be getting.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. The fact Zach Wilson did it is insane.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
And I agree. I agree 110% with that.
You have the Chargers. After that, they lose 27-6. We just kind of said the Chargers, that team has been a disaster. Then you lose to the Raiders. That's the one you want back, 16-12. Then they lose to Buffalo, 32-6. They lose to Miami on Black Friday, 34-13. They lose to Atlanta, 13-8. That's another one they probably wanted back.
Yeah.
Although Zach Wilson didn't play in that game, I think if he did,
different story.
Yep. And I think that's why they started him this week. Then you destroy Houston 30-6 this week, and Zach Wilson balls out. 301 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Got sacked 4 times for a loss of 33 yards, which I'm going to highlight here. I understand Aaron Rodgers has always been good at avoiding sacks and whatnot. The reports that he might be back the week of Christmas.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
He should sit out the rest of the year.
Yeah, because it's one thing to avoid sacks when you're still like spry and whatnot. Coming off a leg injury, I don't know. With a bad offensive line,
I was about to say, and one of the worst offensive lines in the league.
More defensive Zach Wilson, as if I need to do it for the 800th time this show. So let me get this straight. Going into this season, everybody's talking about, oh, look at all the receivers the Jets have and whatnot. You mean all the same receivers that Aaron Rodgers thought weren't good enough? Instead of having Garrett Wilson, instead of having Devontae Adams, now he's Garrett Wilson? That's your team saving grace?
Yeah.
I get it. Breece Hall, the tandem of Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook on paper should have been better than Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But one, they don't even use Dalvin Cook. I don't know why he's even on the roster.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten cut yet.
Yeah, just for the money alone. But it's just the whole thing is strange. The whole Jets, everything is strange. And I don't blame Zach Wilson for wanting out.
Yeah.
I really don't. There's teams that are going to need a quarterback. I mean, just look around the league. Even if it's a backup role or whatever. I mean, I doubt he'd settle for a backup role, but there is potential there. It's just, I get it. At some point, you get frustrated.
Yeah.
He gets blamed for everything. The New York media is hard on him just so they could keep up the reputation of being hard on guys. But really, his play doesn't justify it. Sure, he makes boneheaded decisions and whatnot, but there's guys that play longer careers that make those same kinds of decisions, man.
Yeah.
Have you watched Derek Carr this season?
Yeah, he's been brutal to watch.
So or what about Russell Wilson last season?
Yeah, historically horrible year for him.
Yeah, guys have bad seasons. Guys that go through, peaks and valleys.
And he's still young.
It, man.
He's
I
still
get it.
super young.
That's the thing. I mean, how long did Jordan Love sit behind Rodgers?
Exactly.
3-4 years?
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm just sick and tired of seeing this kid get screwed.
Yeah, and I agree. Like you said, he does make his bonehead decisions. I feel like Alan Lazard does not get enough blame for the amount of drops I've seen him drop from passes from Zach Wilson is insane. Horrible O-line. This was really the first real year Zach Wilson really kind of got his shot. And this whole team was designed for Aaron Rodgers. That was the whole plan. The whole team was designed for Aaron Rodgers, gets hurt week 1. We know the story already.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson has definitely just gotten the worst of it all. And I like the kid. He's grown on me a lot. Do I think he's the legitimate answer for the Jets? I wouldn't put my money on it, but he's the best option we do have right now. And I think he's the best backup option we could possibly have when Rodgers does come back. And yeah, like I said, I don't blame him for requesting a trade. He got shafted this year, getting benched for Tim Boyle. No hate towards Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle should not have been starting over a healthy Zach Wilson at all in the season. It's just, I don't think the Jets even know what they're doing at this point. They're pulling some classic Jet shit. It's insane. Rodgers should not come back this year either. That's the other point. There have been more reports now saying that he is doubtful to return this year, which is inevitably the right call. I mean, come on. This guy, you trade a first, second round pick for this guy, and what, you're going to have him back maybe 75% fully back against behind the worst offensive line, one of the worst offensive lines in football. You're crazy. And you're not even a playoff spot. So I think the Jets, what they got to do is just regroup and retool next year. If they do trade Zach Wilson, I don't know, maybe go for like and I still think this is a downgrade. Maybe go for like a Josh Dobbs or something for your backup QB or something like that. I'd prefer Zach Wilson still.
What about Minshew?
Minshew, I'd love. He's one of the few exceptions I'd take. That guy, he's a roller coaster ride for the Colts. He's either amazing or he's ass, but I'll take it because he's good enough. So
yeah,
love Minshew. So I would take him. So yeah, they got to regroup and retool. I know Devontae Adams is on the table for them. That's like their guy apparently this next offseason. We'll see what the Jets do. But as a Jets fan, I think most Jets fans would agree. You can't get too excited. You just can't.
Yeah, I found the Jets. My priority one in terms of like a backup quarterback or whatever is trying to smooth things over with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he should be the backup. And because then, like you said, with Jordan Love, what the plan was, it should have been, was a year under Rodgers, maybe 2. So now you're kind of back to square A next season. Maybe learn a season under him. Rodgers retires off to the sunset or something like that. And then you get Zach Wilson. He's like, all right, I do like it here. I think I can ball out here, which he has couple times this season, under a better offensive line. Maybe you get some better wide receivers along Garrett Wilson. Alan Lazard's just not cutting it. I'm sorry. I love the guy. He's just too many drops. Then he's your starter. He's the guy you use that number 2 pick for. And boom, he's a career-long Jet QB. You found your answer. So trading Zach Wilson at possibly his lowest, because he did get benched this year, is, I don't know. It's not the move. But then again, if Zach Wilson requested it, not much you can do. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to smooth things over with them if I'm the Jets. That'd be great. It's tough.
Yeah, and just one last thought I have is like, I don't even know where he would go.
Yeah, that's what I was also thinking too.
Because where would he start right away? And the other thought I had was one last thing, kind of in his defense and in the defense of the Jets. Their team is much better than they thought it would be. They thought this was going to be like a longer rebuilding process after Darnold left. And instantly, their draft class, not this past draft class, the one prior.
The Sauce Gardner class.
Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Really revamped things too quickly. So you kind of had to bring in a veteran quarterback because look how good your defense is.
Yeah.
You can't waste these years. I get that. And everything was so rushed with Zach Wilson. And when he was first drafted, it was known that he was a green project player.
Yeah.
He wasn't expected to be a difference maker right away.
Exactly.
He was a project player. So I hope if he goes, he could kind of turn it around because he does seem like a good kid.
Yeah.
With a good head on his shoulders. He made some mistakes to the media when he didn't take accountability his rookie season. Like, are we really going to,
Yep.
That's, to me, is just, I mean, it is what it is. And since then, he's been, he had the Chiefs dead to rights. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
The Jets would have won that game. That was that bullshit call. That no call is.
And then he had the fumble, and he took accountability for it right away. And in the press conference in the end, he took accountability for it right away.
Yeah.
Never mind. He could have turned around and said, well, it's a game. I had an excellent second half. Could have played better the first half, whatever. Or he could have, also got out there and said, I outdueled the best quarterback in the world for a half in the game. He could have taken it a few different ways, but instead he took accountability for it right away.
Yeah.
And said, it's my fault we lost. Nobody else's. I respected that.
I remember when he said that, some of the veteran guys like Randall Cobb, I think it was Lazard, they came up to him too on the sideline, pat him on the back. So clearly he has the locker room on his side too. He's clearly a likable guy. I've seen him and Garrett Wilson kind of, exchange more friendship type vibes as well. So it's not like he's hated on the team. It's not like he's one of those, we don't like this kid. He's got the locker room. I think it's just maybe management and stuff that just kind of like, benching him. That's a huge red flag right there. That kind of maybe screwed up his confidence with the team. And now, since he balled out against the Texans, I think that was a huge fuck you performance. I think that was a huge fuck you performance. I know what I can do with this team. I know my talents, and he has no worries now. I'm not worried about making a playoff spot. I'm more worried about where am I going to be next year. So.
Yeah,
I like Zach, so I'm hoping he stays around as our QB too, at least.
One thing I do have to say though is I keep hearing people say that, he's not too well liked in the locker room, but then like if you ask for specific examples, it's just kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And to me, I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of similar. We've talked about this a million times on our other program that used to be on, but we've talked about like the whole New York Mets, Lindor, McNeil, Alonso trio, and people say like, they're kind of, not exactly great in the locker room. It's like, all right, so what are the examples of that?
Exactly.
There's none. So it's hard to judge from the outside looking in. And man, I just hope Zach Wilson could turn it around, bro.
Yeah, me
even
too.
if it's with another team. Maybe it is a team like the Saints. Yeah. Maybe they want to move on from Derek Carr or whatever. Who knows? Maybe the Raiders. I don't think Aiden O'Connell is much better than him.
Exactly.
So yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah. And in terms of more QB news, though, I think we'll wrap up football after this. Some injuries. One that's out for the year. Justin Herbert. This guy's always in the conversation. I feel like every offseason, kind of, in the AFC talk with Lamar, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. This kid just can't catch a break, man. I feel bad for him. Out for the year with finger surgery. I think it was his, I forget which finger it was or whatever, or his wrist, something like that. I forget what it was. But, yeah, Justin Herbert's out for the year. Like we were just talking about earlier with the Chargers, their playoff hopes and dreams have been kind of crushed this year. And C.J. Stroud, concussion. I think he's questionable for next week. I know he's been in the talks for not only Rookie of the Year, but the MVP. Texans got crushed by the Jets. So hopefully, they lost Tank Dell already. It'd be nice to see at least C.J. Stroud finish out the year. And I think the Texans, do they have a playoff seed right now? Are they in the playoff picture?
They're not, because the Colts have the tiebreaker over them.
The Colts have so yeah, injuries are really piling up at the worst time for the Texans, man.
Should we? I guess we might as well just talk through the playoffs so people know what we're talking about. Right now, the 1 seed, 1 through 7 in the AFC is Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, Jags, Browns, Steelers, Colts, Texans, Broncos, Bengals, Bills. And then it's teams that probably aren't going to make it. Chargers, Raiders, Jets, Titans. Patriots are eliminated.
Wow.
And then in the NFC, Niners, Cowboys, Lions, Buccaneers, Eagles, Vikings, Packers, Rams, Seahawks, and Falcons, Saints. It is a total cluster to win that NFC South. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Giants, Bears, Commanders, Cardinals, Panthers are eliminated. 1-12. Yikes. So yeah, it's certainly something with these quarterbacks getting hurt, because you're right. Texans are in the 8th spot, 7-6. They have a tiebreaker over Buffalo, Cincinnati, and they have a tiebreaker over Buffalo. And based on winning percentage, they're ahead of Cincinnati and Denver because winning percentage in conference games. But they are 7-6. The Colts are 7-6. Broncos are 7-6. Bengals and Bills, all of them are 7-6. So this is every game is going to matter. And the Texans, I'm expecting them to bottom out with all these injuries.
Yeah.
And the Bengals, I don't know how much Jim Browning has left, but I don't know, man. Or Jake Browning, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers are going to take a step back. I think we're going to be looking at Broncos and Colts or Broncos and Bills. Broncos, dude, they're no joke. They're a game behind the Chiefs for the division.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are. I think they have like the best recent track record right now. I think they're one of the more hotter teams. Yeah, they're trending up. I think they're one of the best trending teams right now. Steelers, Kenny Pickett's out. Another QB injury.
Not that really makes much of a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because sound rude, but
yeah, because their defense really kind of carries them. That can only go on for so long. Like we just said, the Texans, you lost Tank Dell for the year. You're probably going to miss Stroud for a week. Nico Collins, I know he's questionable too. That's your whole offense. That's your engine of your offense. That's going to screw you. Bengals, I just don't see it. I want to. I love Jamar Chase. I just don't see it. Yeah, I got to agree. I think the Broncos are definitely going to make that leap. The Browns, they lost to Deshaun Watson. It's a crazy year, especially in the AFC. The AFC is looking like a barren wasteland, kind of pretty much. With all these QB injuries. I want to believe in my Jets. It's not going to happen. It's fun to talk about. It's just not going to happen. Titans, I don't see it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely not. I'm not writing off the Browns because Joe Flacco's been a bucket, bro.
Yeah, Joe.
45 against the Jaguars, 311 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Have a game, Joey.
Yeah.
Flacco.
And that defense too alone, I think that's going to keep them in the AFC playoffs for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's had 2 games. He already has 5 touchdowns and 2 games, 250 or more passing yards. In his 2 games played, more than the Steelers quarterbacks this season combined.
Yeah.
So it's hard. And I understand, like, they play similar style games in the same division. So I think the Browns are going to finish ahead of the Steelers.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'll tell you what, man, like, I'm just not ready to quit the Colts. I'm really not. For some reason, I'm just really not.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew, man. That guy just
dude
finds ways to win.
They're only a game behind the Jags. The Jags do have the tiebreaker, so they need to be ahead by 1. But you have Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Raiders, Texans. You can easily go 4-0 the rest of the way if you're the Colts.
Yeah.
Easily. And the Jags, I mean, after losing to that Browns team, you got Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Carolina, Titans. So their division, I mean, their schedule isn't that hard either. But Ravens, that's, that could be a loss. Yeah. Buccaneers aren't exactly a walkover team. Carolina and Tennessee are. But if you're going 2-2 and the Colts go 4-0, game ahead, they still make it. You don't. The division, that is.
Yeah.
It should be exciting. The NFC, on the other hand, it's just teams that they're throwing it away.
Yeah, seriously.
That whole playoff race is the exact opposite of fun.
Yeah, seriously. You look at this NFC South too. The Bucs are leading the way at 6-7. It's just such a joke, dude.
Dude, my Giants aren't even out yet. I can't believe Tommy DeVito really Linsanity. Really Linsanity trying to get us back in at 5-8. And we got the Saints. We can knock them off.
Yep.
We can knock them off. If we're 6-8, they're 6-8. We jump them.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is actually happening.
Right. It's not even conversation, dude. It's insane.
And I'm getting nervous about the Lions, bro. Have you seen this? They lost 28-13 to the Bears. Their defense has really just been collapsing lately.
Yeah, and that
really since I'm sorry to cut you off. Really,
Yeah.
since that Chargers game when they lost 40, when they won 41-38.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The floodgates have gone open, and Jared Goff is throwing picks. He wasn't doing that for a year and a half. It is something, man.
Yeah, and that was the issue. That was my issue with the Lions heading into the year was I thought their offense was ready to just go batshit crazy. That I knew was gonna happen, but their defense, I was very skeptical about their defense entering the year. They proved me wrong in the first half of the year, but I think they're getting a little too comfortable now. That division's it's not really over yet in that division because the Packers are kind of showing some life, and the Vikings are somehow 7-6, even with losing Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson for a good amount of periods of time. They could, it's only 2-game separation. So, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So now is not the time to go cold. I think the Lions should make it. It's just now you're in question of do they make it as a division winner or a wild card? And I think anyone will agree with me on this. You want to go when it's division winner. The seeding really does play a factor into that. But yeah, so we'll see. And I love Jordan Love. He's been heating up lately too again. So it's gonna be interesting. They're in the playoff spot currently as of right now as well. Rams are still on the outskirts a little bit, but Seahawks. It's gonna be interesting. 49ers, the only team that have clinched, so it's wide open. Anything can happen these last couple of weeks.
Do you have any thoughts on the perhaps AFC Championship preview, Chiefs Bills from this weekend, or no?
Ooh. So I'll be honest, I didn't really watch it, but I did hear about the ending of that game though. Patrick Mahomes was fired up, man. And that was actually a team I wanted to talk about actually on the AFC side was the Bills. I think they could maybe squeak in easily.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think they're going to be that team that maybe heats up at the right time, gives some teams run for their money, like the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Chiefs. Yeah, the AFC Championship game, man, it's tough. A part of me really wants to say the Ravens because I feel like it's kind of Lamar's turn here.
I mean, I just said that just to say it. I don't go one way or another on
that. No, that could definitely be a matchup. I wouldn't be surprised. Like it's Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I mean, these guys ball out all the time in the playoffs. A part of me wants to say Ravens still, but I could see them like I don't know, maybe getting screwed over by one of these like sneaking teams like the Bills, maybe. That's squeaking us the last seed and kind of Josh Allen plays the game of his life. Stephon Diggs, 3 touchdowns. Like I could see something like that happening. But and that Dolphins team, man, is just an offensive powerhouse. AFC is tough, man. I think we will have the Ravens, and I don't know. I feel like they're always going to find a way to get back as the Chiefs. I feel like they're just you can never really bet against the Chiefs, even though they don't look that good this year. I don't know. Playoffs is always a different animal, but that Bills Chiefs game, from what I heard, was nuts. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he was fired up, man. And I love Patrick Mahomes, and I know he was calling out the refs that game, but dude, I don't know if you're the guy. I don't know if you're the guy to call out the refs, but I love Mahomes. I love you, man. You are a good quarterback with or without officiating, but the Chiefs catch a lot of bad breaks. Happened to my Jets earlier in the year. Come on, man. Officiating sucks. It's just the way it is. And I actually saw an interview with Tom Brady on Instagram Reels or whatever. He was talking about forget what game it was. It was the Patriots versus I forget who, but whatever. Something similar happened. It cost the Patriots the game. Tom Brady's just like he shrugged it off. He's like, "What are you gonna do about it? That's it. Like you go back next week and win. That's it. Like it's kind of been his formula for 20 years. That's why he won 7 Super Bowls. So I get it. In the moment, you're probably heated, but dude, like you've kind of had your fair share of bailouts by the refs. So I don't know. Yeah, getting pissed off on national television like that. I don't know. And like I said, I love Mahomes, but when him and Josh Allen, QBs, they dap each other up at the end of the game. He immediately brought the refs officiating to Josh Allen. Like, dude, come on, man, really?
Yeah. One thing I do want to point out is not only did the Bills beat the Chiefs 20-17, they did so without Stephon Diggs. Only 4 receptions on 11 targets for a whopping 24 yards.
Wow.
So, I mean, they still won 20-17. The way they've gotten James Cook involved these past few weeks is just brilliant.
Yeah,
James Cook was a wrecking crew on the Chiefs this game. He had, hold on, I just had it up, 10 carries for 58 yards on the ground. And then he had 5 receptions for 83 yards and a receiving touchdown on 5 targets. 5 for 5 with 83 receiving yards and a touchdown. That's a great game for a receiver.
Oh, yeah.
To get that out of your backfield, that's great. And I mean, they're just getting the whole team involved. They're throwing everything in the kitchen sink at teams now, just out of desperation. And since what was it, Joe Brady is their new offensive coordinator?
Yes.
Since he's taken over that team's offense, I mean, really, everything's a kitchen sink game, and they're just finding ways to claw through.
Exactly.
They beat the Jets. Stephon Diggs didn't have much of a game. Didn't have much of a game against the Eagles. Still go to overtime. Now, I mean, I get it. He's going to get all the attention in these games. So to kind of work around that or use him as a decoy or something, still getting targets. He just got 11 against the Chiefs. I don't like the reports that he's unhappy, but that's just me. We'll see how it goes. But I gotta say, the Bills, man, they're trending up, and taking a look at their schedule the rest of the way. I mean, it's still kind of a winnable division. Dallas, that's probably going to be a loss, but then the Chargers walkover team, New England walkover team, and then Miami. We'll see how that kind of shapes up. But a 7-6. I guess they're 2 games behind the Dolphins, so probably not going to win the division, but they do have the tiebreaker on them. Who knows with Tyreek Hill? What happens there? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the Dolphins don't have any, easy sledding. The Jets, they'll probably win that, so they'll be 3 ahead. And then they could go 0-3 the rest of the way. Dallas, Baltimore, Buffalo, that's not easy. None of those games are guaranteed.
Yeah, no.
So
definitely going to be interesting to say.
They really need to win that Tennessee game. That would have locked up the division.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I was surprised they even lost that game. They blew in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah. The only team to be down, was it 14 points with 3 minutes to go?
Yeah, 2 scores. They're up by 2 scores. Yeah, insane.
Titans.
And Tyreek Hill is
or something.
Is Tyreek Hill like out or like
day to day? I was just watching Fox News Sports.
Yeah,
and
that's another MVP candidate we've been talking about all year. Did you lose him for a week or 2? Oh, shit.
He's got to play. Come on.
Yeah, he's got to play.
I have so much invested on a quarterback. Shouldn't win this. Tyreek.
No.
If it's not him or McCaffrey, man, I'm going to be so mad.
I know. I'm still pulling for a CMC, man. That guy has not had a bad week, man. And 49ers are number 1 seed, only team to lock in a playoff spot. Come on, man. Give the CMC, bro. Let's change it up a little bit this year. But, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on in football. Fantasy playoffs are here. Email us a question. Football's not the only thing going on crazy in the world right now, though. And I think Dennis's attire is kind of hinting at what is coming up here.
Woo! I mean, I'm a Yankees fan, but I figured I'd throw it on, be festive.
Major League Baseball is absolutely crazy right now. Last week on the show, we tried keeping the show alive until Juan Soto officially got traded to the Yankees. It didn't happen until much later in the night. So we'll go over that real quick. Yeah, Juan Soto, officially a New York Yankee. Cashman, I'll give you your flowers, man. Good deal. I'm going to miss Michael King. Give up a lot of pitching. But, hey, for a 25-year-old top 5 hitter in the league, you do that 8 days a week, dude, any day. So, yeah, Juan Soto's officially a Yankee. And the other big name that was on the market, the big fish of the offseason, has been signed to the Los Angeles Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani, the two-way phenom. And a lot goes into this. 10 years, $700 million, massive deal. But what I really want to get into is the whole deferral craze that's going on. And Des, I want to hear your opinions on this because I think I definitely have a pretty strong opinion on this. But I want to hear what you think about this whole him getting paid $2 million a year for the next 10 years. The talent of Shohei Ohtani only costing the Los Angeles Dodgers $2 million a year. How do you feel about that?
He signed a blade contract, evading taxes like Wesley Snipes. $2 million a year for 10 years. Oh my God!
Dude,
and get this. Supposedly, I'm no tax expert here. Supposedly, the deferred money, if he's not in California, it's wherever that taxes, wherever he is then, that's the taxes that get taken out. So, dude, if he moves to Delaware or something like that, that's 68 straight.
Insane, bro. Let's not forget
I don't know
all
why
the
I went with Delaware.
endorsements.
Most people would have went with Florida, but
Yeah,
Delaware's nice. Rehoboth Beach, nice time.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe Ohtani likes to go to Rehoboth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's nuts. And now I'm looking at it as a Yankee fan. And I'm telling Juan Soto, hey, big fella, why don't you take a seat here? I'll tell you what, we'll give you $500 million or whatever. He's going to get $400 million, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, after you're long done playing, still be making that money. You'll never go broke. I'll show him the ESPN documentary, Broke. sit down, Juan. Sit down. Yeah. We got to go over a few things. I'm sure Scott Boras would love that.
Yeah, you'll be 40 years old. You'll be making whatever $50 million a year, man. Like you will never go broke again in your life.
Even tell Scott Boras, bro, you'll be in a nursing home.
Yep,
bro, you'll still be making
that is smart. And I'll understand
$5 million a year.
Yeah, and I was saying to a few of my buddies too, if I'm Aaron Judge, I'm pulling my captain shit after this shit. I'm telling, I forget how much dollars he's making a year, but I will defer all my money here for $1 million a year, and then we can sign freaking Yamamoto, Blake Snell, all these guys. If I'm Aaron Judge, that's what I'm thinking, man. I'm like, hey, if Ohtani's deferring this much money, shit, why not? I'll pull my captain shit right now. I'll make $1 million a year. I'll make X amount of dollars in 2050. I don't give a shit, man. So pipe dream, but I would love to see that happen. It's just crazy that the Dodgers got the talents. Basically 2 players in one after this season because he won't be pitching this year. You get 2 players in one for $1 million each. That's insanity to me, man.
Top 10 pitcher, top 5 hitter, $1 million.
Yeah, it's insane. And I see a lot of people, including myself, bitching about it because it's like it is bullshit. You really do think about it. $2 million for Ohtani. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Granted, it's legal. It's a loophole. Whatever, you can defer as much money as you want.
It's not new either.
It's not new, yeah. But this is a little crazy. This is a little pushing the limits, man. Not saying it's criminal by any means, but it's bullshit.
No, I was breaking balls. Yeah. I was breaking balls.
It is bullshit though. It's a bullshit move, and loopholes are meant to be closed. So I mean, if I'm Manfred, man, I know Manfred's not gonna do shit. Shohei Ohtani brings way too much revenue to fucking MLB, whatever. He's just fucking piggy bank. He's not gonna give a shit. But man, I don't know, dude. I feel like with contracts like these, man, I feel like you gotta set like a bar or like so. You gotta set like a minimum AAV. Like the minimum should be half the AAV you make or something. $2 million for Ohtani's nuts, dude. And the fact now they can trade for Tyler Glasnow, get Cody Bellinger and Yamamoto is ridiculous, dude. While playing with Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts already. You got 5 fucking MVPs on your team. This is bullshit.
I was going to say it should be like 45% or something like that.
Yeah, minimum, dude.
Like of your AAV, I think should be that. But just to kind of go to the whole, it's not new. The last time Ken Griffey Jr. played for the Reds was 2008. Do you know who the 4th highest paid player on the Reds last season was?
It was Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr.
And you know what else is crazy?
It's not new. The Bobby Bonilla thing.
You know what else is crazy? Ken Griffey Jr. is getting paid more by the Reds than Shohei Ohtani is by the Dodgers. Griffey's making $3.5 million. Ohtani's making $2 million. Dude, that's bullshit.
That is bullshit. You're right.
Patrick Kane, washed up. I'm not gonna call him washed up. That's harsh because he's actually been pretty good at the Red Wings. But everyone was calling him washed up. He's 35 years old, just had hip replacement surgery. That's always brutal. He's making $500K more this year than Shohei Ohtani. Oh, yeah. And Patrick Kane plays in NHL. They make dog shit.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact Patrick Kane's making more than Ohtani this year is bullshit, bro. But, hey, I'm just saying, if this is cool with the rest of the league, like I said, if I'm Aaron Judge, I'm taking my fucking pay cut. And we're getting Yamamoto, Blake Snell, you name it. We're getting everybody, bro. Like,
yeah,
bullshit, dude.
This is a lockout / strikeable offense. So if I'm the Yankees, the Mets, any team, I'm talking all my guys into doing this.
Yep.
Anytime a team wants to freaking move, or anytime the going gets tough, a team threatens to move or sell the team, you may not even have the team anyway 10, 20 years from now.
Exactly.
Who gives
Too
a
much
shit?
shit can, too much can happen.
The player doesn't care because even if, I don't want to get morbid here, but even if they pass away or whatever, their estate, their family, they get the money.
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter. Ohtani made $40 million a season in endorsements last season. He's still in Los Angeles.
Yep.
Now he's just on the more popular team.
Yep.
So he's going to make a lot of money in endorsements and whatnot. I'm telling you, he's not going to feel it. And obviously, that's the difference. Jeff McNeil wouldn't sign this contract because he's not in, commercials for New Balance every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Where it's literally the exact same ad of him just saying, "We got now." 800 times a year,
Yeah.
800 different New Balance t-shirts. But like, it is what it is. I don't know, man. I just think if you're the Yankees, you're the Mets, if you're one of these quote unquote like big spending teams, bro, this is the way you got to do it. And I know they're going to say, well, after the player is gone or whatever, think of all the money you save going to the playoffs and whatnot.
Exactly.
Put it in a separate fund.
Yep.
Like, I'm no Jordan Belfort, but like, to me, it is kind of an easy answer. Like, just kind of plan for it.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're going to be spending $80 million from 2033 to 2034 to 2043.
Yeah, something like that. It's just even crazy to think about those numbers because, like you said, like a lot can happen 10, 20 years from now. Like these numbers and stuff. Who even knows if? I mean, not to get even crazier, who knows if the U.S. dollar will still have value 20 years from now?
No, you're right. Like
anything crazy could happen. Nothing's guaranteed in life. That's the scary part of life. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So, yeah, and like we said, I think there needs to be a minimum AAV when it comes to a lot of these contracts, man. Like you said, 40% of your original AAV, that's fine because I get it. Guys take pay cuts all the time. Tom Brady was famous for it. Aaron Rodgers did it with the Jets before he got hurt. Like, you want to build a championship team around you. That's cool. But, like, $2 million chump change for a two-way player, Shohei Ohtani, cool? Come on. That's pushing the boundaries a little bit.
I'm not throwing flowers to the Dodgers because the Giants offered him the exact same deal.
Exactly.
The exact same deal. He went with the Dodgers. So, it is what it is. How do you feel about this? The Dodgers now have 3 of the top 5 hitters by wins above replacement per Baseball Reference on their lineup. Shohei Ohtani, the DH, Mookie Betts, second base, Freddie Freeman, their first baseman. Your take?
It's insane. This is like the USA Dream Team of 1992 when in baseball. It's literally all the best guys in the league. Like, yeah, sure, the Yankees have Judge and Soto. The Braves got Acuna. But, dude, when you say the names of Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, all these guys have won MVPs in recent years. This is insane. Like, this isn't LeBron joining Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. This is like LeBron joining Kobe Bryant and
Shaq.
Yeah, it's
5 MVPs between Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani. 5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And if they bring back Kershaw, who hasn't officially inked a contract with them yet, that's gonna be 6.
Now he's definitely going to. And
yeah, he always holds it out.
Yeah. So another MVP right there. It's insane. Look, I get it. It's baseball. You want to put the best team out there, sure. It's just the money they're paying Ohtani alone. It's just bullshit, in my opinion. But it's crazy. It's a crazy team. It's World Series or bust. And I'm even going to be crazy to say they have to sweep or 5 games in the World Series. If they win the World Series in 7 games, I call that a lost season for the Dodgers. Like, dude, you need to freaking just dominate the rest of the way. Anything short of a World Series championship, this team deserves to get memed, roasted like they do every year, but especially now. And you know what? I'm not going to be shocked if they even still lose in the NLDS. I'm not going to be shocked at all. It's the Dodgers. It's sometimes their destiny to do this in this day and age. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm hoping every team in the league just plays their freaking 110% best against the Dodgers all year long. The Braves, the Yankees, the Padres, the D-backs, the Rangers, you name it. So, yeah, the Dodgers, I guess they're kind of like the Yankees of the West. You know, they have that villain arc attached to them. Seeing Shohei Ohtani now and his villain arc type of thing is kind of crazy to watch, but
It really is like LeBron going to Miami.
it is.
I want to see Ohtani lean into being the villain here.
Yeah, it is good for base. Like it's
good. It's good for ratings.
It's good storylines. Some good storylines, especially when the Angels play the Dodgers. See Trout versus Ohtani again. Kind of get that World Baseball Classic vibe again, like that last.
That was awesome being there.
Right, that dude. That's probably insane to watch in person.
That was great.
But yeah, it's a villain arc, man. People do love a villain, so I mean, we'll see what happens, how this team does. Like I said, you know, they got 10 years to really figure it out, to win some championships. I think the first year, a lot of these like super teams and shit, it doesn't really go as planned. So I won't be surprised if they lose in the NLDS, but they're gonna have a fucking awesome year. They're gonna have an insane year. 100 wins easily.
They don't just got the laser of the Death Star. They got all the TIE fighters too. Did you see this? The report? They're getting. They might get Manny Margot and Tyler Glass now.
Yeah, from the Tampa Bay Rays.
For 2 prospects in cash, bro. First of all, what do the Rays need cash for? They don't spend it.
Exactly.
You know how I feel about them.
Oh yeah, bullshit. You know
no.
But yeah, so
that is.
And dude, and they're probably gonna get Yamamoto or another, like maybe even a Blake Snell. They're gonna get another starting pitcher after that because they have money to spend. Because 68 million of it is chilling in 2055. It's insane. It's insane. So I mean, like, I don't know. Like, am I jealous? Yes. Like, of course I'm jealous. That's
me too.
Yeah, the Dodgers. They're playing chess. They are, but it's kind of bullshit how they're doing it. But I don't know.
It's anybody can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Anyone can do it. You can't really bitch. That's why I'm
Pirates
saying.
The Dodgers. Anybody can do it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying with the Yankees. I'm hoping they're taking notes. They're like you said with Juan Soto. Hey man, listen. I know you want to play for a championship here this year. You're worried about the offseason next year. Fuck it. $555 million right here, right now. Take $50 million in 2041. Whatever it takes. Like we'll give you the world right now. Like. Oh my God. So I'm hoping some teams are taking notes and doing the same thing. Then it's fair game, but it's just crazy, man. The Dodgers are nuts, dude. Absolutely animals this all season.
Yeah, I don't think you can adjust a contract after it's been signed. Like I know in football you can.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes can say, I'll take less money this year. But I don't think you can in baseball.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So.
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. MLB world's in a craze right now with the Juan Soto Ohtani news. And I guess we'll kind of segue, because I just brought him up, Yamamoto, his destination. A lot of crazy rumors going on now that with the whole Ohtani news that they have more money. The Dodgers are looking like the favorite. He's been chilling in California. The Yankees were the heavy favorite for a little bit too. Where do you think he lands?
It's easy to say the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But you know the Blue Jays are freaking pissed right now.
Yeah.
You know they are livid.
They're like the San Francisco Giants of last year.
Giants are probably pissed too. Their team sucks.
Yep.
They have 6 outfielders, and one of them might be good.
Yep.
But depending on how Jung-Hoo Lee pans out.
I think he'd be a stud.
I think so too. But their team is... The Giants are in disarray. We'll get to them in a bit.
Yeah.
But wouldn't be shocked if they want to go all in. And the Yankees and Mets, they're still looming.
Yep.
And now, who knows? They might have a little idea.
Yeah.
Because if a payment is deferred, that doesn't stop you from getting a contract with another team.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Yamamoto is 25 years old. If you sign him for 10, 15, not 15 years, but 10 years, $300 million or 400, whatever exorbitant amount of money you want to give the guy, you can defer those payments.
Yep. And honestly, like, I feel like there's not a better option when it comes to these guys coming from Japan and stuff. Cause like, I think he's gonna be good, but you know, he hasn't pitched a single MLB inning yet, so you really don't know exactly what you're getting at the major league level. So deferred payments on this contract for a guy like Yamamoto is kind of a perfect situation.
I agree.
Because you can kind of like All right, well, we'll just bite. If he sucks, we'll bite the bullet on this later, like whatever. But not to be a homer, I do think, especially with the Glasnow news, I think Yamamoto's gonna be a Yankee. I think before Glasnow trade went down, I was pretty sure Yamamoto was gonna be a Dodger. But now that the Dodgers get Glasnow, I really don't know. And
Because they might want to re-sign him.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how much more money they want to invest or whatever. I'm sure they still want him. But I could see the Yankees maybe being the ones to offer a better contract. And I think they're in more of a need for starting and pitching than the Dodgers are. So I'm going with the Yankees, homerism aside. I think that's probably my pick. The Blue Jays, though, I got to say that's a good pick because, they want to spend money. They almost gave all that money to Ohtani. They need somebody. So whether they get Yamamoto or Bellinger, we'll see what happens because Bellinger's still on the market. And like you said with San Francisco, horrible outfielders. Bellinger maybe wants to, keep his luck going in San Fran. Could be a good move there.
Straight selling, dude. You have 6 outfielders. For what?
Yep.
Nick, for what?
Yep.
Why?
Me and my buddies are actually talking. Maybe they trade what's his name? Lamonte Wade Jr., him and Yastrzemski. I don't know. Maybe trade for starting pitcher.
You know what I said? Yastrzemski for Rodon before they got Verdugo.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't need outfielders now.
Just to get off the Rodon contract to make money for Yamamoto or Bellinger or Soto, whoever. But
I think Rodon's gonna be for the long haul, man. At this point,
I think so too.
I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good year, but we all know how the Rodon. What'd you say?
Did you see what the Diamondbacks owner said about the Dodgers getting Ohtani?
What did he say?
He said he's just one guy and he's excited to have competition. Hey, I respect it.
Yeah.
He said there's 9 spots in the lineup. That's what the guy said.
That is true. And
and you can talk that talk if you're the Diamondbacks after freaking neutering the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's what I said. They made it further than them. They made it to the World Series. So and
they did it walking over the corpse of the once great Clayton Kershaw.
Exactly.
So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Of Ohtani and Freeman, and then Mookie, all these guys being teammates now. Nothing's guaranteed. I still see them probably losing NLDS. It sounds crazy now, but I mean, when Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts are going to combine 2 for 24 or whatever, don't be shocked. We've seen it happen. So, and the Diamondbacks and Texas Rangers, both teams were asked the year before, and then they made it to the World Series the next year. Who's to say, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but who's to say the Kansas City Royals are a team that shows up again out of nowhere, plays great ball. Bobby Witt Jr. MVP. Yes, they got Seth Lugo and Will Smith.
They're not done yet.
No, they're not done yet. Yamamoto to the Kansas City Royals.
All you need is a chip in a chair, Nick. All you need is a chip in a chair. The Royals are going to be there. I'm telling you.
Yep. And the Royals beat the Yankees in the ALCS, and they beat the Dodgers in the World Series. So you never know. It's always
dude. If that happens, oh my god,
insane, dude, insane. That's what I'm saying. Though, a lot of these teams just come out of the blue out of nowhere the next year. So we'll see. It's just crazy, man. Ohtani to the Dodgers, it's just nuts. Yeah. We all saw it coming. We all knew he was going to go there, but
nobody wanted it to be true.
No one wanted it to be true.
Nobody wanted it to be true.
But yeah, Young Ho Lee to the Giants. I think it's a great pickup for them.
I got his stats right here. Yeah. I actually did the legwork this week.
Let's see it.
My boy, by the way, he is a bucket in MLB The Show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you play. He is a bucket.
Nice.
Last year, I guess he was hurt or something. Didn't have too good of a season. 318 batting average, which I love. 45 RBIs, 6 home runs, and only 86 games played. 2022, though, his age 23 season, 113 RBIs, only 23 home runs. So that's runners in scoring position, hitting the ball, hit them where they ain't, kind of baseball. 66 walks to 32 strikeouts, 349 batting average, and 142 games played. 123 games played, age 22 season, 2021, 360 batting average, 62 walks, 37 strikeouts, 84 ribbies, 10 stolen bases, 7 home runs. So he's a line drive hitter, lefty, doesn't strike out a lot, great plate discipline. His nickname is the grandson of the wind. Great nickname. His dad was a professional shortstop, and his nickname was the Son of the Wind.
If you have that nickname, you're automatically a Hall of Famer.
That is a bad motherfucker right there.
Yeah, that's a badass nickname.
That is I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, this kid definitely hits for contact. He's got some great averages, great on base percentages, good amount of walks too. He's got a little pop. He showed some pop last year in 2022. Yeah,
I don't think that's going to matter at San Fran because it's so cavernous out there in right field. I actually thought the Yankees should have been more aggressive on getting him.
Yeah,
because I thought he could get him cheaper for Bellinger, and this is before they got Verdugo and Soto. But because he's a line drive hitter on that short porch, I thought that would just play well.
Yeah,
but whatever. I don't run the team.
Yeah, he was definitely the Yankees' radar, but I think once they got Verdugo and Soto, it just kind of was like, all right, we're set now in the outfield.
Yeah, I think they're more prioritized with Bellinger.
Yeah. Left-handed hit in a Yankee Stadium, you gotta love it. I'm so hyped to see Juan Soto in pinstripes this year, man. It's gonna be beautiful, dude. I think he's gonna easily crack 40 home runs for the first time in his career.
Yeah, I think Lee is. Oh, I'm sorry.
And the thing with Juan Soto is he's going to get walked a lot less because he's usually a walks monster. He's got Aaron Judge hitting right behind him, dude. You cannot walk this man all the time now. So
they got to throw to him.
They got to throw him.
More strikeouts. He hasn't had more strikeouts than walks since 2019.
Yeah, he's always a walks machine, dude.
So, but Jung-Ho Lee, man, I'm excited. A Lee versus Ohtani rivalry.
That's what I was just going to get at, too. Yeah, that rivalry. I'm not going to be shocked. I think Ohtani's going to have a better year, but I would not be surprised if Lee has the better start to next year and everyone's like, oh, Ohtani's overpaid. I could so see that. But obviously, I think Ohtani's got the better year, offensively at least. But Jung-Ho Lee, man, that kid's good.
They got a hubba.
Yeah.
They got to get going. You can't have a two-pitcher rotation. Alex Cobb and Logan Webb.
Yeah.
First of all, Logan Webb we went over this. A top 3 Cy Young finals. Stop.
Yeah, that was
stop
horrible.
The cat. But that was ridiculous. But like you need to do more. Maybe Blake Snell, maybe Michael Lorenz, and some of these other like fringe guys, Jordan Montgomery, whoever. But I can't take the Giants seriously. Jung-Ho Lee, great pickup. Gotta do more.
Yeah, it's definitely a start. Like that's it. That's all it is. It's a start. It's a great first start. That offense looks horrible on paper. That lineup is just like not doing it for me. Yeah, you have this plethora of outfielders that are mid or whatever that could be used as good like depth guys on another team. So maybe trade for another starting pitcher.
That's what I would be doing. I'd be trading these guys yesterday, bro.
Yeah, seriously. Corbin Burns is available. I don't know what you can get for him. I don't know what you can give up. But
I mean, let's be honest. It's not like the Brewers are going to take your hitters anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Didn't they get rid of Mark Hanna?
I think so. I think Hanna's gone.
I don't know. That team. That's another team. I could do a whole list of why Dennis doesn't like this team. Number one, the Brewers haven't had an offense since 1988.
Mark Hanna is he a free agent? No, yeah, he's with the Detroit Tigers now. Yeah.
Come on, what are we doing?
who is even on
best hitter on the league? Best hitter on the team? We'll trade him. By the way, I kind of memed at the time when this happened when I was like, Mark Hanna is your best player, really? It was true.
Yeah,
it was true, and I heard Willie Adames might be on the trading block too. They do realize you need a lineup.
Yeah, right.
Like you need somebody to hit.
Wow, this offense was terrible. Holy crap! I didn't realize how bad their offense was last year.
Right.
Jesse Winker batted in 199, only 1 home run in the 61 games. Wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Christian Yelich was probably their best overall hitter.
What was his OPS plus?
His OPS plus was 124. Oh my God, he was second in OPS plus to William Contreras, the catcher. William Contreras had a 125.
William Contreras is a bucket.
No, he was good. He was good last year, but if your catcher's your best hitter, Jesus Christ, dude.
Worked for the Mets. They got to a World Series.
No, true. Contreras, Yelich is probably your best 2 hitters. Brian Anderson started off the year hot. I remember that. Then he fell off tremendously. Adames was great last year, or 2 years ago, I should say 2021 or 2022. And now he kind of fell off this year. He still had the power, though. He had 24 home runs, 80 ribbies, but only batted 217, a 310 on base percentage. Woof. Big woof. A lot of strikeouts, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, 165 strikeouts. Rowdy Tellez, who just signed with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Arg.
Yeah. Bryce Turan, I remember this guy. This guy started off really good at the beginning of the year, and he fell off tremendously. Yeah. So Christian Yelich and William Contreras were pretty much your top two hitters. Brutal. Corbin Burns had a good year, but a 3.39 ERA for him is a little lackluster. Yeah, the Brewers, man. That's an ugly team on paper, man. That's an ugly team on paper. Let's see the Giants. Let's see what they got working with there.
Maybe I am dunking on the Giants too much, but I don't think anything was good. They had a catcher that was pretty good. Not Joey Bart. They thought it was going to replace Buster
Patrick Bailey.
That's the guy. Patrick Bailey, he was pretty good.
I remember Lamonte Wade Jr. had an okay year. 17 home runs, 2.
Yeah, Lamont Wade he's a bad dude.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. Former Yankee, Thairo Estrada had a pretty good year.
Hey.
271 batting average, 101 OPS plus. J.D. Davis had a pretty good year, but it's J.D. Davis. He had 18 home runs.
You know, I could see going there. Speaking of JDs, JD Martinez.
Yeah, he needs to find a new home now.
He needs to find a spot.
I heard the Arizona Diamondbacks were interested in a reunion with him.
I would love that for them.
That would be awesome.
That's a great move.
He was awesome with them back in the day, back in 2017.
Dude, if he goes back to the Red Sox, I'm going to cry.
Yeah, I do not.
I still see that guy every night. I check under my bed and in my closet for JD Martinez.
I do not.
The Red Sox uniform. That guy killed us.
Yeah, I do not want to see him in the AL East again. I would love the D-backs, or do the Marlins need a DH? Or
the Marlins need, if you can swing a bat, it doesn't matter if you're working at a Costco, the Marlins could use you. As somebody who follows, I have my Marlins hat right there. As somebody who follows the Marlins, dude, Nick, however bad you think the Marlins offense is, it's worse than you're thinking. It's Jake Berger, Josh Bell, and a Hail Mary.
Yeah. I saw I thought about you when I saw this. A team that was kind of in on Cody Bellinger was the Marlins. I feel like that would be a sick pickup. Him and Arias together would be nuts, dude.
Oh, I forgot about him. I forgot about the guy who almost hit 400. Yeah, they need offense.
They do, yeah. They need someone to hit behind Arias or something, just the score him in, yeah.
No, they have a DH. They have
Soler. Is he DH only?
Or trade him? Didn't they opt out of his contract or something?
Let's look.
Marlins roster.
Oh, Jazz Chisholm Jr. I forgot about him. He's always hurt, though.
Yeah, he's hurt all the time. Doesn't matter.
Jorge Soler is a free agent.
They opted out, yeah.
He's a free agent. So, yeah, they could get probably Bellinger and JD Martinez. That would be a sick lineup.
Yeah, that would get the lineup.
That would give me the old Stanton, Yelich, Marcell Ozuna vibes, dude. Bellinger, Arias, and JD Mart. That would be a sick team.
Vidal Brujan was actually kind of decent for the Rays. Brian De La Cruz is okay. Jesus Sanchez.
Yeah,
Garcia. They have the guys that are decent. They're kind of, you know who they are? They're the Giants East.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
They're the Giants East. They have so many guys that they have no idea what to do with.
Yep.
I'm not trying to dunk. I dunked on them all basically batting and chatting. Just constantly getting my hopes up. And looking back at it, I was breaking balls when I said that Ohtani should go to the Marlins. But looking at that deferred contract, why not?
Yeah, seriously. Wow. Yeah. So, where do you think Bellinger ends up? We've had to guess.
I think he's going to be a Cubby.
Yeah? Because I was actually I just saw a report. My friend was a Cubs fan. He sent it to me. He's a pretty real Cubs fan. He wouldn't send bullshit news. He just sends it's oh, I think so and so this happens, whatever. Yamamoto, the Cubs are officially out on Yamamoto. He sent me that. He's they're not getting him anymore, not looking at it.
I'm glad I didn't see that because I'm glad I went with Toronto anyway because that was my second team. Cubs.
Yeah, and then what's it called? The Cody Bellinger. They think what's his name? Pete Crow Armstrong. Is that his name? Right?
Yeah.
They believe he's the center fielder of the future for the Cubs. So I think they're a little less on the whole Cody Bellinger sweepstakes. So I think Cody Bellinger and the Cubs might be done. Might be.
Patrick Wisdom.
I know. I was saying that to him. I'm like, really? I'm like, this Cubs offseason really quieted down. They were in on Ohtani. They were in on Soto. They were in on Yamamoto, Bellinger. And you don't think to get one of those guys? Like, if anything, Cody Bellinger would have been my pick to return. But, yeah, they really like this guy, Pete Crow Armstrong, apparently. That's what's going on. So, I don't know. I feel like Cody Bellinger can play first base, too. So,
right.
I wouldn't see why not. You still go after him.
I want the Yankees to get him, man.
Bellinger?
Just trade Stanton or Verdugo.
Yeah, dude. You know, man.
Trade Verdugo.
Yeah, it could easily happen. You trade Verdugo and company to maybe like, I'm totally going in my dreams here. You trade him for like Corbin Burns or something. Get Corbin.
Dude, but why not? We spent 10 minutes talking about how bad the Brewers' offense is.
Exactly. Yeah, trade Verdugo.
Honestly, it's not unthinkable.
A good bat. Like, I like Verdugo. I think he's a good bat. Trade him and like Pereira. Maybe another prospect or whatever.
You'll give them their two best hitters. Why not?
Yep. And then get Corbin Burns. He's inking Cody Bellinger to a 10-year, $700 million deal. Defer all $700 million until 2057. But yeah, trust me, man. I want Cody Bellinger so bad on the Yankees. I think it's a pipe dream now. But I love him. He hits for contact too. He's a better Verdugo who plays first base, pretty much, like with more pop. So I don't know. I want to say the Marlins. I could see him in a Marlins jersey.
Yeah.
Cody Bellinger.
By the way, this is a big thing in the Marlins fandom, how few we are. A lot of people don't like the black Marlins jerseys. I'm in the minority.
The black with the blue and pink accents on it? Those are beautiful jerseys.
Hold on. I'll show you.
It's like GTA Vice City, bro. I love that shit.
I'll show you the hat. Like
those.
No,
I like those a lot. I
like those. Marlins fans don't really like them. They wanted to go back to the teal full time.
That I'm not against.
And I'm not against it. I love it. The pinstripe teals. Oh,
yeah, the sleeveless too. Yeah.
Oh my god. Edgar Renteria joints. Love it.
That needs to happen, and then the Diamondbacks need to go back to the purple and teal as well. Yeah. Those
every year the Diamondbacks have different jerseys. Every year they suck.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, just
go back to the Luis Gonzalez, Steve Finley jerseys, bro.
Exactly, dude. Those are beautiful uniforms. Unique too. That's the problem. There's no uniqueness anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I think why Marlins fans are out on these jerseys is because it's like
fair.
Like he do it and everything is just like, hey, remember back when Miami was a bunch of coke fiends? Yeah. But like, I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the teal, I wouldn't mind that. Whatever.
Yeah, I hear you.
I want to see Bell. I just don't want to see him go back to the Dodgers. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either.
I kind of get the impression he didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, after this Glasnow deal happens, because they get Manuel Margot as well, I feel like the Dodgers are gonna like maybe make more low key moves, maybe sign like I don't know, some dude you think was washed up, then he ends up balling out from like I don't know, maybe some starting pitcher, kind of like a Lance Lynn type of guy. You think he's washed up?
Jason Hayward.
Yeah, Dodgers signed like a 1-year deal, and he has a great year in Los Angeles. Kind of revives his career a little bit. So, yeah, that's why I think the Yankees get Yamamoto after this Glasnow deal. How much stack can a team get? The Dodgers are pushing all the limits now, though. So, I'll not be surprised if they get 3 more All-Stars. Like, it's insane.
When you were talking about a washed rejuvenation project, I was going to say Joey Votto fits that so well, and then I forgot to add Freeman.
Dude, Joey Votto to the Dodgers would be nuts. Oh, my God.
Not going to happen. Maybe the Angels. Maybe he just likes red and white.
Yeah, right. Go to the Angels. I forgot Votto's a free agent.
It feels so weird.
Yeah.
That he's not going back to the... I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
A veteran presence guy that's been in playoff games,
Nope. Crazy. Man, I'm curious to see where Joey Votto ends up. But
We got
yeah,
so much more.
yeah, baseball world's crazy. We'll dive into basketball real quick because Dennis, you want to get us started with some b-ball? What's happening on in the world of the NBA?
We'll start off with congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers winning the inaugural mid-season tournament, the NBA Cup.
The NBA Cup.
They need to get a name for that. I guess when LeBron retires, they'll name it the LeBron James Trophy or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There we go. My Suns beat the Warriors 119 to 116. Woohoo. Celebrating the Lakers. All right, so I just turned on the news, and that was the top thing. The Lakers, bro, they destroyed the Pacers. Did you see this?
What was the final score of that game? It was like 130 to like 90 or something like that, or what was
123 to 109.
Okay,
not as bad as you or I thought, I guess, but
yeah,
still, man, they locked up Halliburton. Halliburton was a negative 19 plus minus 20 points, 11 assists, 3 turnovers, which might as well be like 800 for him.
Yeah, seriously, that guy's does not turn over the ball.
8 for 14 shooting. All right, so maybe lock him up is a little.
They definitely contained him though a little bit.
He missed 8 3-pointers, 2 for 8 from 3.
Wow.
And they just weren't big enough. Simple as that. They had 32 rebounds to 55 by the Lakers. I think obviously LeBron was going to win the MVP for the in-season tournament. Anthony Davis in the winning game, 41 and 20, 41 points, 20 rebounds.
Wow. He balled out.
I don't know. Cam Reddish led in plus minus with plus 24. Cam Reddish redemption arc, 9 points. He's been good for the Lakers, man. He's turned himself into a good defender.
Nice.
So good for him. Good for the Lakers. And yeah, man, I think this really legitimizes the in-season tournament. LeBron James, a household name, a proven player, a guy that's kind of been there and done it all. And they hung a banner, an in-season tournament banner. People say that's weird. I saw Mad Dog Russo on ESPN getting revved up about it. But you know what? Teams still hang division banners in a sport that divisions people can't even name.
Exactly.
So who cares?
Yeah, I'm not against hanging the in-season tournament. It's the first one that ever happened. It's a tournament. You win something at the end of the day. It's a memory. Why not? You're the first ones to do it. And, like, I feel like if the Lakers weren't the team that won it, let's say if the Pacers won. If the Pacers won, no one would bat an eye about it. They'd be like, oh, it's cool. Good for the Pacers. It's the Lakers. You know, their standard is NBA championships. Because I saw another reel on Instagram with Kobe Bryant talking about this team doesn't hang division banners, it's titles only. I don't know. This is a little bit different. It's a competitive tournament. It's the first one that ever happened. Everyone showed up to play. I don't see a problem. That's cool, man.
Me neither. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. You got to legitimize it.
Yeah.
You can't. This is the new. You can't sweep it under the rug. You gotta keep it legitimate.
Yeah,
that's what everybody's been nervous about. You see it, and when sports leagues first start. Like I remember, I played lacrosse in high school, and my coach asked my coach, "Would you ever go to the MLL?" He was a young guy. He was only 9 years older than me, so he was like mid-20s at the time, and he said, "No, I get paid more working at a physical therapist office than guys in the Major League Lacrosse."
Yeah.
And there's stories of Roger Maris's dad was asked to be on the New York Rangers, the hockey team, turned it down. Coal miner paid more. You got to legitimize your sport.
Yeah.
And if you make a drastic change like this, you got to legitimize it.
Exactly.
You can't ho hum. You got to sell it. You got to go all in.
Yep.
So the Lakers hanging a banner, it has to be done. Yeah. Even if guys think it's tacky, it doesn't matter. You got to make it. You got to make it worth playing for. That's the one thing I respect is that all the guys, for the most part, looked like they really took it seriously. Certainly the Lakers. And I like how any chance LeBron got, he talked about, it's great to be compared to the greats of old, but I get the opportunity to be the first.
Exactly.
And I respect that. I respect how seriously the players took it. congratulations to the Lakers. I think the team most deserving won it.
It's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's exactly like this, but it's the best example I can think of. It's kind of like the Olympics, It's like, it's like it's hardware at the end of the day. It's a gold medal. It's a trophy. It's something.
Piece of metal.
Yeah, it's a piece of metal. It's and like you said, it's something new. Maybe 5 years down the line, 10 years, however long it takes, it will be the new norm. The in-season tournament and then the NBA championship. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, me personally, I probably wouldn't value it as much as the Larry O'Brien trophy, obviously, but it's cool. It's hardware at the end of the day. It's like being named an all-star. It's like being named the NBA MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. It's something to tack onto the resume, man. I can't go wrong with it. It's cool. It added more competitiveness to the regular season. So it's cool. I like it. It's a good story. Makes the league more competitive. Adds a little, incentive there to teams. It's cool. I dig it.
Yeah. And then some more news out of the Suns Lakers.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Yet again, Draymond Green gets suspended. Not suspended, ejected. Not suspended yet.
He literally just came back too, right? From another suspension.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Suns win 119-116. But the big one in this game was Draymond Green ejected for spinning backhand on Yusuf Nurkic of the Suns. My Suns. You don't hear that ad playing, do you?
Yeah, you cut out for a little bit right there.
All right. I'll turn the mute off. All right. So I don't know. At this point, did you see it?
Draymond Green?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, brutal. He totally swung on Nurkic, dude. I'm like, what is this, Grand Theft Auto, bro? Like, what's going on here, dude? Totally swung on him, fist to the face, bro. Like, get this guy out of the league, man.
Yeah, so I'm watching it. I watched the replay of it. I'm watching it in real time for the first time. Here we go.
It's bad, dude.
Yeah, it's blatant. It wasn't a basketball move. There was no reason for him to do it.
Like, if I remember correctly, I'll try to improvise here. Draymond Green turns around, so his swaying arm was on the complete other side of Nurkic. He somehow does a whole 180 and still clocks Nurkic in the face. Like, dude, there's no room for that in basketball in any sport. I heard some people talk like, oh, let him fight like hockey, like that. That's like a hockey. Like, no, it's not. Hockey is like there's a mutual.
It's mutual combat.
It's a mutual, and they know when the vibe is there. Nurkic doesn't know Draymond Green's about to fucking swing on him and clock him in the head. Like, dude, get this guy out of the league, bro. This guy is like a menace.
You know what it is? It dawned on me earlier when I first saw the news of it, because I was recording. I was working last night and I had other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Bro, name me other players that keep getting in these incidents. Patrick Beverley, very rarely Pat Beverley now. He's more of just a pest.
Yeah.
The Morris brothers, Jokic has had a lot of incidents. Nobody else.
Nope.
Nobody else.
Yep. And the way he's doing it is
almost every single week, Draymond Green is involved in something.
Yeah, it's dude. He's kicking people in the nuts. He's punching people in the face. Like, come on, bro.
Did you see what Nurkic said after the game?
Well, I didn't see this. What he said.
Well, at least he didn't choke me.
Oh my god, dude! It's true. This guy be choking people, man.
He chokes Rudy Gobert. He's been ejected 3 separate times this season.
Yeah, dude. And obviously suspension and fines clearly aren't really rattling him up at all.
They need to stop with this bullshit of 3 or 4 games and just suspend him for fucking 20. And tell the Warriors, tell Steve Kerr, stop bitching about it. Yep. Stop whining about it. Stop defending him and stop condoning it.
Yeah.
It hurts the legitimacy of the entire league.
I think he needs to
let one guy get away with being a dick every single chance he gets.
Because didn't his first when he got suspended earlier in the year, didn't Adam Silver say this is for everything that he's done in his career?
You got to bring the hammer down.
Exactly. The fact that you said that and now this guy's still doing the same shit after being suspended a measly. How many games we suspended? 6? What was it? Like
3.
something like that.
I think it
3.
might have been 3.
Yeah, 3. Like, dude,
3 or 4.
give this guy 25
5.
fucking games for being a complete moron and a menace for the last 25 years. Last 10 years, dude. Give him 25 games. And then if he doesn't learn from that, I don't think it'd be crazy to say banned for a year, suspended for a year. This guy doesn't get it. You got to lay down the hammer. 25 games.
9 away. You know what he's away from? My boy, Rasheed Wallace's record for all-time ejections, 29.
Wow.
That's a lot.
And
back then, I want to be clear. Back then, refs hated Rasheed Wallace.
Yes.
If you go back and look at some of those ejections, he got ejected once for looking at a ref.
Yeah, exactly.
During the playoffs.
Yep.
So it was a lot of that was cooking the books, juking the stats, as they say in the wire.
Yes.
And Draymond Green, on the other hand, like he is just, and he never takes accountability for it.
No, never.
This time he kind of apologized, but I'm sure there'll be some spin on his podcast from the Volume Sports when he says, "Oops,
Yeah,
are you good now? Whoops, sorry."
Oh,
it's
man.
like going back to what we were saying earlier with the Sopranos. Going back, he was coming at me with a chainsaw. I had a right to defend myself.
Yep.
So, it's every week with this guy, man. It's
seriously, man. Unreal. So,
but my Suns won and yet to debut Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker, bro.
Dude, I have in our fantasy league, I have Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant. I was like, let's go. Kevin Durant day to day out. I'm like, fuck, dude. I was like, right when Beal came in. Yeah, as a legit Suns fan, sheesh, dude.
Raise your hand if you wrote an entire article saying that this was going to be an awful trade, getting Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Wrote only because of injuries. For 1,000 words. Raise your hand if you did it.
It is very eerie of the Nets' big three, of them just missing so much time, rarely playing with each other all the time. It's eerily giving me that vibe again, dude. So I pray for you guys.
Listen, if Bradley Beal is out for the entire season and comes back the last month and then plays every single playoff game, hey, take your time. Take your time, Bubby.
Exactly.
But man, I'm at my wit's end. How many games has Bradley Beal even played?
Like 3 or 4, if that.
I literally can't even remember him in a uniform. The Suns.
3 or 4, if that.
I'm not kidding.
Ugh. I
4
generally
games.
4 games.
17 points per game. Negative 0.1 win shares. Thanks, Brad.
Horrible.
They call him Dr. Drake. Nobody calls you that. Stop it. The Big Panda. I like that. Big Panda. That's Basketball Reference's nicknames.
The Big Panda needs to play some more games.
Yeah.
Help my fantasy.
Lay off the eucalyptus.
Yeah,
lay off the bamboo.
All right. Anything else on your mind in the sports world? Or?
Do you have anything for NHL?
Kind of like a little Draymond Green scenario. This guy's nothing like Draymond Green, though. His name's David Perrin. He got suspended 6 games, and I'll be honest, I saw the reports. I really don't know exactly what he did.
That's a lot in hockey.
That is a lot in hockey. I'm trying to see what he did here. I didn't read too much into it, but let's see. So he got suspended for cross-checking Artem Zub, that's his name, in Saturday's game versus the Senators. The 35-year-old Perrin does not have a history of discipline. So yeah, he's usually a pretty clean guy. I've never heard anything bad about this guy, but he cross-checked this one dude, and he got 6 games. I really don't know how bad it was.
Yeah, let me see this. What's this cat's name?
David Perrin, Perron. If anything, I'll send the link into
NHL David Perrin.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
And Artem Zub is the guy he hit. Got a 47.
Oh my God! I saw one of the Devils Had a late cross check on somebody last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. But I don't think he got suspended. And the guy deserved it, by the way. He was provoked.
He definitely. I just watched the video. He deserves that suspension.
This is the David Perrin one.
Yeah, David Perrin cross check.
Here we go.
He cross checks into the fucking head, dude. That's worthy. That's a worthy suspension.
Oh
yeah, that's a suspension without a doubt. That's crazy.
I mean, I guess you could say he's standing over the. I don't want to laugh, but who's making Snow Angel? What happened to this guy? Are you watching it? Who's the guy laying on the ice? What happened to him?
I have no idea.
I know that sounds horrible, but
I know,
out of context, it is so bizarre.
Because I think I'm watching. It's a 47-second video you're watching, right? The first one.
I'm watching a 2-minute one. It's somebody's report about it.
Because I'm watching this 47-second one.
Oh, he tripped. That guy got tripped.
Yeah. So I wasn't really watching this game at all. I haven't really watched it until now. And I opened the video. It's just one Red Wing player is just laid out cold. I'm like, this guy got hit. I'm like, the Perrin hit his own guy.
I keep rewinding and I can't see. It looks like he gets tripped. Oh, he kind of got tabletopped. And then he's chalked.
Yeah, that's definitely a suspension. Cross check from behind to the head.
And the guy wasn't doing anything. I guess he took exception to standing over the downed Red Wing.
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
Downed bird.
That's a crazy. You know what? Just for the listeners' sake here, let's pull this up.
Oh, we can do it.
Yeah,
I'll put the video up.
Hell yeah! Share screen.
Here we go.
I don't know if you'll get audio, but
Oh, I think you do.
Here's the David Perrin cross-check to the head of Artem Zub. Completely intentional and targeting ahead, launching off his feet to make sure he gets the head, and using excessive force.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that does it.
This is a no-doubter play that has nothing to do with hockey. Putting it
I
in
like this guy. Tough call. I've seen some of his stuff before.
It's been David Perrin of the Detroit Red Wings 10 games for cross-checking.
Wow. I think there's a chick too. I don't know if she's on the same channel and it's another channel, but she breaks down all the NHL controversial plays.
Yeah. That's sick. I like that video. It was simple, straight to the point.
47 seconds.
Gives you the insight of this is not a hockey play. I didn't even realize he jumped off his feet. That's like
I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah. Davey, come on.
David Perrin, what are you doing? Yeah, he's never really known as a dirty guy. I don't know much about him. I know his name. I've seen him all around fantasy. But yeah, man. That's brutal. And he's appealing his suspension too. So that's you got it, but
yeah,
crazy. What else? Okay, this kind of ties in with basketball too. I think this would be a good topic to end off tonight. It's the owner of the Washington Wizards and Capitals is moving the teams to Virginia. And I know we've had some opinions on the Oakland Athletics moving, other teams moving, blah, blah, blah. What do you think of all this?
It's not like they're going to be the North Virginia Capitals. It's basically like moving the Jets and Giants to MetLife is what people are comparing it to. Yeah. That being said, as somebody from Long Island, I can understand why Capitals fans would be mad.
Yeah.
Because getting to – I'm sure you're out east, so I'm sure getting to MetLife for you is a pain in the ass.
Oh, it sucks, dude.
How long? How long does it take you? 4 hours?
Yeah, dude. It's a hike, dude. 4 hours, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a hike. Dude, even just getting to the city, bro. Like, just
getting out.
Just
getting out of MetLife takes forever.
Yeah. Just even going to Barclays or MSG, even that's a hike. I know you just take the train, but I was like, dude, it's just such a hike.
I've been to Barclays once. I drove in for an NYPD FDNY hockey game.
Oh, that's nice.
Those are great games. Those should be televised, bro.
Yeah, they should be. My dad's a college. I've been to a few. I went to one like 10 years ago where a huge brawl broke out. That was insane.
Really?
Yeah, huge brawl broke out.
On the ice or in the
On
stands?
on the ice. Everyone fighting. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, that always happens.
Yeah.
My godfather used to play for the FDNY team, so we always root
Wow.
for the FDNY.
That's sick. That's awesome.
But yeah.
But yeah, I did see someone comment though, the guy from the area, from the Maryland, Virginia area. He was like, it's literally just a train ride away for the new stadium or the new area where the Capitals and Wizards can move to. So I guess it's
It doesn't
not
seem that
as it's not as bad and as drastic as the athletic situation. But yeah, they should definitely keep the name the Washington Capitals. And the Washington Wizards. Yeah,
why not?
Virginia, fucking Capitals. Come on.
It's still like the Washington proper area.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like DC's a city. It's not, well, duh, they're all cities, Dennis, but like, nothing gets past you, history boy. But, you know, it's all like, you know, it's not like DC is not, you know, I don't know what I'm saying.
I
know what I mean. Like, DC has always kind of been viewed as like that in between of Maryland and Virginia. It's not the end of the world.
You had that perfect thing with the Jets and the Giants. They're the New York Giants, but they play in Jersey. But like, it's whatever. It's all the same shit at the end of the day, dude. It's just land. It's all the same shit. It's just land, bro. It's just trees and grass.
Call what you want.
It's all cities, bro. That's all.
Yeah. Meanwhile, when the A's moved, I was like, "This is a travesty."
Yeah. That is brutal, though.
This is the darkest day in baseball history.
Like, if the Capitals move to, like, if the Washington Capitals move to, like, I don't know,
Tennessee,
or like Atlanta, or like Atlanta or something, or Tennessee,
West Virginia,
that'd be a little brutal. It's like you're a pretty storied franchise. Well, Ovechkin made you a storied franchise. I don't know. You won a cup there. Come on.
Why would they move? Why are they moving? Is there any word on that?
I'm not too sure. No, I just saw reports saying that they're changing locations. Granted, the Wizards have been the fucking one of the worst teams ever in recent history. Brutal. I don't know if they want to rebrand or what, but
they used to be the Baltimore Bullets.
Yeah,
they're not. They're not a historic franchise. They haven't been historic since the 70s. Honestly, I was thinking of this once. If you were to fold one team in every sport, what would it be? And I came away and I was like, no reason to even keep the Hornets and Wizards to begin with.
Yeah, the Hornets.
Not one reason to keep either of them.
Yeah.
Maybe the Wizards you'll keep because they had moments of being good.
Yeah, like the John
just not
Wall,
winning
Bradley
a championship.
Yeah.
I guess for hockey fans, they'd almost be like the Sabres. Maybe that's a comp for them. Like the Sabres had some good years with Hasek.
Yeah. Hockey. What's a team?
I don't know who it would be.
You're saying team to get rid of or team to like rebrand?
No, but I mean like a comparison of what the Wizards are. Of like not always a great team, but like like not totally irrelevant. Like not.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I guess for the NBA, the easiest answer would be the Hornets.
Yeah, probably the Hornets for the NBA.
Some bad years, man.
I'm trying to think for the NHL.
They've always been bad. The Hornets.
Got to keep the Canucks. Got to keep the Winnipeg Jets. I would probably leave most of the Canadian teams. Keep the Senators. Keep the original 6 teams. Sabres could be a candidate. I feel like Buffalo's a pretty good hockey town, though. Got
Blue Jackets, right?
Oh, you're there. That's it. That's the answer. The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I thought Blue Jackets.
You could ship them anywhere, bro.
What did I think of for football? I sat down instantly. I was just like, well, baseball, half the owners shouldn't even have these teams to begin with.
The Tampa Bay Rays, dude.
That was the one I came away with.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Rays can bounce.
They've never made an effort to win a championship.
No, they can bounce.
Although I kind of just a coin flip between the Florida teams for that. The NFL I had a hard time with because I was like, the Jaguars are actually kind of getting good now. That would have been the default answer basically any time.
Yeah, honestly.
A team that's always been bad doesn't really happen in the NFL.
Houston Texans, maybe.
Like the Browns would be the candidate just for always being bad, but like Ohio is really football.
Yeah, it's a very industrial football area. Yeah.
So I kind of just thought I settled on, maybe I'm crazy. I settled on the Chargers. Had a hard time getting fans in San Diego.
Yeah, and then
They
moved to
play
LA.
17 road games a season. They can't
It's
attract a
not a
crowd.
bad pick.
I
They're
thought,
definitely up there.
Never won a ring. I was like, I guess Chargers.
Yeah, honestly.
And I like Phil Rivers. I love Phil Rivers.
Yeah, Rivers is awesome. Dan Fouts too, back in the
Yeah,
Doug
Flutie.
Flutie.
Right?
Yep.
Did Doug Flutie play for them?
Yeah, definitely.
I think he might have.
Yeah, obviously Landinian Tomlinson. Come on now, but
Antonio Gates.
Yeah, a lot of great names passing through there. It's just nothing really gets done.
Yeah.
Did we say on this show, or I think it's like 2006 or whatever, they finished with the best points for
2010.
Yeah, 2010 best
number
points
one
allowed.
Offense, number one defense. Didn't make the playoffs.
Dude, like, yeah, that alone.
Special teams.
That alone, you got to bounce. I don't know, dude.
On my college radio show, I used to always just like basically hold Josh and Brandon hostage, talking about my two co-hosts, talking about how important special teams are.
Yeah.
That was always my number one example.
I
was like, when was the last time the Ravens have been bad? Huh? They just have Justin Tucker, 60 yards. I can hit it.
Exactly.
Just within range, bro.
It's crazy how many points kickers do amount to in football, man. It's insane. Absolutely nuts.
Did you know a kicker won an MVP once? And they're like, Dennis, you tell us this every week.
Yeah, it was some dude in the 80s, right? Like
1980. Mark Mosley.
Yeah.
I've done the research on why special teams is
important.
Dude. This whole episode was a long con to talk about special teams.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. If the kicker won MVP, so can Christian McCaffrey, NFL. Come on.
It was a lockout year. It was a lockout year.
Or
strike year. I forgot what lockout strikes. They're all the same.
That's great.
They're all the same. But, do you have anything to add today? Anything for the hot corner? Anything for I got 5 on it? Oh, actually, we have a Pastimes on the Mic Cup tonight. Your Bruins, my Devils, my Suns, your Nets.
Yeah, we got a little back-to-back action between me and Dennis. Oddly enough, it's just us two here. Yeah, Devils versus Bruins and the Suns versus the Nets. Kevin Durant back in Brooklyn. Is this Kevin Durant's first game in Brooklyn since leaving?
I don't know 100% certainty, but I would say probably.
Yeah.
If
he even plays, he might not even play. So,
per Caesar Sportsbook, Nets are dogs 2.5 on the road in Phoenix. Oh, that explains it. Not back in Brooklyn.
Yeah, so they're in Phoenix.
But Bridge is back in Phoenix.
Yeah, Bridge is back in Phoenix. Cam Thomas is back in action now too. He's been pretty good since coming back. Usually gives you 20 a game. If Katie don't play, man, I might go Nets here. I might go Nets.
I can't go against my Suns.
Nah, you can never bet against.
But I'm really I'm telling you guys, if any of you are bettors, the Nets have been a gold mine.
Yeah, I might put some coin down on the Nets tonight. I've been slacking on basketball betting. I've been mainly doing hockey and football lately. I don't know why I'm still doing football. I don't know why I even bother with that shit. But the Nets,
no good for me. No good.
If Kevin Durant plays, does not play, I'm going the Brooklyn Nets. I'm going the Brooklyn Nets on that.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have the 1.5 dogs. The Bruins against the Devils. Ooh. 1.5 dogs. The Bruins are. My team can't defend anybody. I can't ice skate.
I might put some coin on the Bruins, bro, because the Bruins got really good defense.
I might have to go against my own team here.
Yeah, because
I'll wear my Dougie Hamilton jersey.
Yep,
just got it.
Perfect jersey. Former Bruin. Bruin.
There we go. I'm rooting for both teams.
There you go. Yeah, homerism aside, I think we're going with the Nets and the Bruins. I'll pick the one who should be the favorite, the Bruins. I don't know why that.
Yeah.
I'll pick them. Then I think if Katie don't play, I'll go with the Nets. If Kevin
I'm starting to think the Desert doesn't know anything about the NBA or NFL or NHL. Because some of the lines, but I keep losing on the NHL. Yeah. But granted, you know me, I'm like a Neanderthal with hockey.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just like with a hockey stick.
Big fire.
Skate fest.
Deck into goalie.
Yeah.
Cross check to head. My name David Perron. Perron. But yeah, this was just another episode of Pastimes on the Mic. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Where's the music? Where's my snare? There we go. Yeah. Send us any questions. Send us an email. fantasy football playoffs are here. So if you need advice, send us questions. We'll be sure to help you out, to help your chase for fantasy football glory. Get those championships, get those rings. So hockey's in full swing. Shohei Ohtani's at Dodge for the next 10 years on a freaking discount. Sports is crazy right now. This is Pastimes on the Mic. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Catch you next week.